Hello everyone, welcome to a new series on my channel. So if you have followed my socials, I did talk about something new coming. So what's it going to be about? This is hopefully me passing on knowledge to new guitar players. So I have learnt so much since starting my journey into luthiery that I've realised there's a lot of stuff I wish I knew as a new guitar player. When I started having guitar lessons after, I just got taught how to play guitar and how to tune it. But there is so much more that goes into having a guitar set up properly that you can do yourself. You don't have to take it to a technician. If you've got the option to take it to a technician, I say go for it. But for me, I'm in a small town, so I don't really have that many options out there. So I learned everything through watching YouTube videos and doing it myself. So, getting a rough idea of what happens and fiddling around with stuff. But I'm hoping that this will help people have their guitar set up in such a way that it really inspires you to play. So with that being said, welcome everyone to SBH Footnote. Alright, so as the thumbnail suggests, we're going to be mainly talking about cleaning your guitar. So this may seem so obvious to so many people, but it's something that I never got told about the specific guitar products out there. I mean, I could list them off, but they are endless, the amount of companies that do products for cleaning your guitar, your fretboard and everything else. And also, keeping your fretboard clean is so important because of how much grime could potentially get on it. And I didn't know anything about obviously this stuff until I started working on my Explorer, but we've already covered that so many times on this channel. But I have the perfect project guitar for this. So, this right here is actually my brother's old guitar. So this is an Epiphone Les Paul special model. We got these when we first started out and we were serious about it. My mum and dad bought us both one. We got it from a shop called Frets and Keys. I stupidly sold mine. I really regret doing that. Mine was the Sunburst model, obviously Sean's, my brother's. It is a tobacco burst model, but now that I own it, I feel complete. Don't sell your first guitar, people. You'll regret it, trust me. But anyway, stop talking about that stuff. We're going to get this on the desk. We're going to start getting it clean, and we're going to talk about a few other bits whilst we're there. Alright then, so here we have it. The guitar is on the desk. One of the first things you need to do to get a guitar truly cleaned is to take the strings off. Now I know what you're probably thinking, Scott, I've not long since taken these strings off, why do I have to take them off? Let's be brutally honest guys, when was the last time you really changed your strings? Do you keep track of it that well? Because personally, I don't. I barely remember, and I've got a YouTube channel where I record everything and I've got dates on it, so I forget half the time. So if you're not sure, just take your strings off, because it's definitely going to be a few months down the line. And then also, it'll help. One of the things I suggest you get is a string winder. These things are an absolute godsend. It saves you having to detune the string like a peasant. Sorry, that's one of my favourite things to say. But for those uninclined as to how a string winder works, allow me to demonstrate. So, for a string winder, all you need to do is literally put it on the end and put it on your tuning key and then detune it. So, easiest way to do that, pluck your string and you should hear a detune. Now if you go that way and hear that, you know you're going wrong. So you basically just take your, as I say, detune it and it gets to the point where the string isn't making any noise at all. So as you can see here, it's getting there. What you try and do, try and make it so that your winds are completely gone. They're on this. Now if your guitar was factory set up, you will have some winds on it. Might not be a lot. And then you can get to the point where you can move it over this tuning peg here. And there you go. String is out. Now we just gotta do it 5 more times. And there we have it. So doing that by hand would have taken a lot longer. Trust me, I know. Now, you've got all these strings here. They're all twisted round. But how would you get it through that bridge? Because obviously that's going to be a bit awkward and a bit annoying. Well, here's my trick. Get yourself a pair of cutters and just cut that twisted bit off. And then simply slide them through the holes, and that's it. Okay, now we're going to move on to getting things clean. There are multiple different options out there for cleaning products, and I have used both the Dunlop system. Now I only have the lemon oil left because I ran out of the body polish. This is a really good starting off point because you can get this on Amazon relatively cheap. I personally have switched over to the Crimson Guitars Fretboard Restorative and Guitar Finish Cleaner, which I actually have an affiliate link down in the description. So all you do with these is simply spray it on your cloth. You can spray it directly on the guitar, but me personally, I prefer to spray it directly on a cloth. That way you have a bit more control, and then just wipe away. So the biggest difference between the Crimson stuff and the Dunlop stuff is the Dunlop has its own applicator, which you just wipe on like this. So I'm going to do this half and half. So I'm going to do this top half lemon oil, this bottom half the Crimson Restorative. Now this spray has broke. This was actually the one that came off of my Dunlop one, so it doesn't really want to work properly much anymore. So what you can do with this, spray it directly onto the fretboard. Don't worry about any splashback off of that, and then that was a lot easier application. Now what we do is we leave this to soak in for a good 5 minutes or so. Alright then, so the guitar is nice and clean now, so the fretboard looks absolutely beautiful. You may be asking yourself, when do I condition my fretboard? Every string change you do, give it a nice condition, so if you're going to be changing your strings quite regular, give it a good clean and give it a good condition, but I'd say once or twice a year should be alright, but if you do start noticing it gets a bit grimy with that, increase it a little bit more, you should be fine. Now, you're obviously going to say, Scott, what about all these stickers that are all over it? You haven't taken them off and there's still some dust. Well, funnily enough, the sticker one is actually going to be in the next Footnote video, so be sure you subscribe. Hope this information helps you. If you want to know any more, let me know in the comments and I'll happily answer your questions. But yeah, see you soon.